think that's Zergling speed up for Luxury moving out there. Now Spire going down.
Yeah, Leta very smart not attacking. He would have been pretty naked for a little Zergling run by or Zergling rush, and right now Leta is playing very smart. He's not rushing into anything here. He's obviously playing as most Terrans should, which is, well, I'm not going to say most Terrans should, but if you can sit back and get your economy going and get your tech up and be okay, that's good. Now, one other thing to think about is that the unharassed Zerg player can expand like a virus across the map and really do a lot of damage here, picking up one Zergling in the middle. But I mean, I don't see. Let's see. We see. Yes, we do have the more barracks up and everything. All right. So barracks are up. Factory's going to come out and get some tanks for defense. So that's smart. The Spire is almost up here. I am curious. I think it would be actually a good idea for Luxury to maybe get some Mutalisks and maybe just put a little bit of pressure on Leta at this point. Obviously, the engineering bay is down for Leta. I didn't see if Leta was building any turrets or not. I don't know. Did you see any turrets? Oh, there we go. I can see one turret being built. So Leta is going to be prepared if there is some sort of Mutalisk rush, but if you get like a Mutaling thing going on, then, I don't know, some damage could be done to at least the expansion. But honestly, I think this is going to go into go into the mid-game, possibly late game, with how these players are kind of pacing themselves right now.
Yeah, but you do see Luxury now putting out Hydral's Den, so he's going to plan to switch to Lurkers probably pretty quickly. But like you said, we can't rule out Mutalisk. Lita's not ruling out Mutalisk. He's got turrets in his base, and Lita's doing everything correctly right now. He's just smartly keeping his Mech Marines somewhat close, and now it looks like Luxury does put down that second expansion. That's what I was going to say. Here come the Mutalisk. I was going to say it's really critical to see when Luxury puts down a third expansion, because he needs that third gas. Well, he at least needs 2 gas, but he needs that third gas to support Mutalisk in the long term. But he does look like he's got that those 9 Mutalisks out. So he did have enough gas, so you were right that I was a little quick to judge him pulling off the gas was just to get that expansion and not necessarily not getting Mutalisks, but still it was just off of 2 bases. Actually, yeah, I don't know if it's 9 Mutalisks. I'm sorry, it's probably 8 Mutalisks because he didn't have that third hatchery.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these Mutalisks can get torn apart fairly well, but I would assume. I'm wondering why he's not going down to use the artifact to try. Oh, there was a turret down there. I mean, if he could pick out that turret at the bottom of Lita's expansion, there's only, there are 2, 3, okay, well, never mind, I can see why he's not doing that then. Would not be a good idea, but you can see he's not really doing a whole lot. Like, he is trying to bait out a couple Marines and see if he can pick off a few of them, but I would assume this is probably all the Mutalisks that Luxury is going to make, and he's not doing anything with them, so neither player has been harassed unless he is going to wait for the Lings and go with the Mutaling attack, which could be effective because he does have the Ling speed, which he got early and didn't really use, but he did get it. All right, a little mini push coming out here. Mutalisks are going to try to go in. Mutalisks have only killed like 2 units at this point. I don't know if they're going to try to rush in here. Mutalisks are going to try to rush in. We got a Mutalisk run-by going on and then going back and doing nothing.
Mutalisk flyby.
Mutalisk flyby.
I don't know if I necessarily like this build from Luxury because, like you said, those Mutalisks are pretty much pointless. He's trying to keep Leta in his base just so he can get his expansion up, but Leta's not having it. He's going to push out because look at that force. That force can take out the 6 mutas or 8 mutas, however many that the Luxury has. And the problem with this kind of 2-hatch, speedling into 2-hatch Mutalisks without having that third hatchery up is he doesn't have the numbers he has, and he doesn't get those Mutalisks. I still think that build he had, because it wasn't the quite standard 3-hatch Mutalisks, he didn't get the Mutalisks up fast enough, and Leta was fully prepared in his base with all his turrets. So his timing was a little slow, Luxury's was, just because of the build he chose. And so now those Mutalisks are almost kind of worthless. It looks like the Hive going up now. Pretty quick Hive for Luxury, so that's definitely a smart move. He needs to get that swarm and those lurkers out as soon as he can. I think we're going to see a lot of lurkers come out of the field pretty soon here, and we're going to see that late game tech coming in. It looks like I think the science facility was up there. I didn't see it.
Yeah, science vessel is right there. So yes, the facility's been out. I can't say. I mean, I almost have this feeling that Leta has the advantage on this so far, just because it kind of feels like Leta's. Well, it doesn't feel like it. Leta has gotten his tech faster, and you know he has a very nice army pushing through right now. And Luxury kind of has these Mutalisks. Now here come the Lurkers. Now if you can combine an attack with Lurkers and Mutalisks, that could go pretty well here in slaughtering some Marines. I don't know if he has stopped Lurkers on the ridge there or not. I'm not sure what that was. And Leta hasn't scouted his like 11 o'clock at the top left there. So that is good that that has also been unharassed. I think if Leta had expanded that, he would be taking all his forces to that instead of going right towards the main of Luxury, which he is right now. Luxury getting a greater spire. So that actually would be pretty good if he were to take all that giant group of pointless Mutalisks and turn them into some Guardians here. If he can, oh look at that, sniping off the science vessel. That's what you have to do, Luxury. That's what you have to do to stay in this game and to keep Leta at bay is take out the science vessels. Big attack going on here from well, not a big attack, but attack from Leta here, sieging up, able to take out the sunken colonies. At the moment, things aren't looking so good for Luxury, but I think in the long run, Luxury, if he can morph those Mutalisks fast enough into Guardians, I think he could probably get a surround on this force and take it out. I mean, look at those juicy Marines all bunched up, waiting to be popped. But I don't know. Leta's doing a lot of damage here.
I don't think this is looking good for Luxury at all for numerous reasons. Now he's coming in here to the natural expansion, ton of Marines, ton of Meg Marines, and he can't push out with his Lurkers because he doesn't have Swarm, and there's already tanks there. It's not looking good for Luxury, but more than just that, I just don't like the choices of Luxury. Luxury picked his third expansion in a faraway location to try to hide it, which is good until Leta scans, and once Leta scans, he can just go take out that third expansion with ease. So it's a risky move to get that third expansion farther away, just because it's that much harder to protect. And now it's his second expansion. Now he's down to just 2 bases, and now he's got Leta on his doorstep, and wow, this is not looking good for Luxury, because now he's trapped below that ramp, as we mentioned earlier. Those Guardians are going to have to really be a saving grace, because if they're not, it's just not looking good for Luxury. And I don't really understand the build of getting those Guardians. He didn't need to do that. He's just trying to do something different, I suppose. But just so many Marines there, and there aren't a lot of science vessels, so that's one